Hey, you ever heard of crawl spaces? Or you ever heard about how some houses, they're old? Like old houses with dirt floors. I've lived in them before, actually, in Richmond, Virginia, when I went to college. Old houses with dirt floors. True enough. In fact, all old houses, a lot of them had dirt floors, root cellars beyond their foundation of if they had concrete or some kind of block or stone. Anyways, when I was chilling up during the quarantine year up in Pittsburgh in my cousin's attic, and then moving around sometimes in my car or flying to different parts of the country, some elders in Pittsburgh brought it to my attention that the reason that people don't like abandoned buildings in their cities is because that's where children or other people disappear to when they're being drugged or held captive or forced into things. And sometimes, if you look at these old movies like Gangs of New York, you can just go down and down and down and down in the dirt. And if you have people who are in that movie with Silence of the Lambs, digs in the dirt, it puts the lotion on. What if it's like dig in the dirt and don't put the lotion on, here's some food, but you're digging in the dirt and there's a dog to scare you? Well, there's a white guy who lives here in the neighborhood who has a dog that almost bit me about 10 months ago when I was walking too close to him and not paying attention. He snapped at me, but I jumped back. And he lives in the abandoned house across from where I lived in the transitional housing I'm on my 13th month in transitional housing, learning how to be indoors again and use a calendar. And I just saw him walk by earlier, and I seen him with his dog last night. But he lives in the abandoned house, and there's a house for sale right next door. I wonder if my prediction is there's those secret doors, there's those secret cellars, and he's going to connect it with a secret dirt. And he's, maybe he injects the person or starves them and injects them. I don't know. I'm not a torture master. But this is Washington, D.C. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, and fucked up ones who care to watch my videos or whatever. Because think about this. It's Washington, D.C., where in 1776 they were like, yeah, we're a new country and we have slaves. And fuck you, we own people like property. And we'll actually fuck our property and then sell our own children as property to other people we know or whatever and have them breed them for certain qualities and characteristics, whether it's field work, indoor work, fighting, or sex work. Mix it all the fuck up, butlers. Get me? Anyways, I'll show you down the alleyway here in a few minutes what I'm talking about. Watch this. And this is realer than fucking real deal fucking Tyson biting off a Holyfield's ear. And this is where Frederick Douglass used to live. So of course they'd like to do it here. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And the Super Bowl was 2 days ago, which makes today February 11th, 2025. And a man lives in that house with a dog or whatever else is going on in there. And the reason why people don't like people living in abandoned buildings in cities is because there's usually a lot of bad things connected with that person and with their network of people. And that's why people don't like abandoned buildings in their cities and in their communities, because they're associated with bad people, evil people possibly, yes, all of it. And as per that abandoned house down there, right? Can you imagine this? If a big tough guy muscle man puts you in the basement to dig in the dirt, then they let you up, but a scary dog kept you under wraps and put you in a room in the dark or in the light for a number of days or weeks. Then when they let you out, someone smiled at you weird and said, look at the street signs and follow the signs, and you see these fucking signs. And I grew up as an abused child in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. Then abused as an adult by the police, my friends, my family, and doctors. I'm gonna show you the signs. When I was a kid, they called it speed bumps. Now they're called speed hump signs. And remember when you travel to the beach, you see all those signs that say produce? Oh, I'm sorry, produce. Here, speed hump a while. When you get out the room after weeks of digging in the dirt or whatever, then weeks in the room with the lights on or off, soundproof or whatever, tortured, starved, drugged, whatever, then some freak smiles at you weird as a total fucking worm you never seen before, says follow the signs and let you out the abandoned house. And let me remind you, this is where a prison-minded faggot who got out of prison after 10 years was trying to have me suck his dick or rape me in my room until I had to call the police and have them moved out of my unit where I live, here in Anacostia, next to Frederick Douglass's house, where he used to live. And he's one of the most important people in world history ever, especially for freedom fighters and fighting for the family, for the world as a world order, for the family, and for spiritual law worldwide. Hey, that's the man who lives in the abandoned house. He lives in the abandoned house. Either he needs help. His dog jumped at me, almost bit me one time too. That shit is abandoned. He got cars and vehicles back there too.